is this happening to me? I remember the feeling like it was yesterday. Hands clamped on my temples, jaw clenched to the point of pain, tears silently streaming down my cheeks. I'd locked myself in a toilet cubicle just up the stairs from my science lab. It was mid-lesson and I had left the year 9s unattended. Never a good idea. My head was swimming and my vision was blurred, but it wasn't because of the students. I mean, they were a challenging bunch, but it was nothing that I hadn't handled before. No, this was something else. A combination of an unmanageable workload, no support, 16-hour days, and my own poor stress management behaviours had led me to this point. I could no longer cope. This was my first taste of burnout. My second taste came 5 years later when I lost a successful personal training business and was unable to work for 6 months. I mean, I tried burnout once, but I wasn't sure if I liked it, so I thought I'd better try it again just to be sure. I had thought that retraining in health and fitness would be the answer. What better industry to keep me fit and well, right? Wrong. During that second burnout, I had this realization. I was missing a vital piece of the puzzle. And in the 6 months that followed, I did a lot of reflection and I realized that I changed my external environment, but not my internal. I had, to all intents and purposes, gone from being a workaholic teacher to being a workaholic personal trainer. I was still frantically trying to get everything perfect. I was trying to give better sessions, give a better service, respond to messages 24/7, trying to learn new skills, train myself in the gym. And it had exhausted me. What good was my fitness if I couldn't deal with everyday life? Was I even fit? What even was fitness anyway? Nobody could explain it to me. No one had a clear definition. And that's when it hit me. That's when that missing puzzle piece dropped into my lap. I realized what fitness was, and it wasn't what had been sold to me or to anyone else. It wasn't to do with marathons or gyms or working out or yoga or anything like that. It certainly wasn't to do with having visible abdominal muscles. It was this. Fitness is your ability to cope with and recover from stress. It's that simple. Fitness is your ability to cope with and recover from stress. So physical fitness is your ability to cope with and recover from physical stress, which could be a marathon, going to the gym, or just getting up and down the stairs, or getting out of bed in the morning. It varies from person to person and from day to day. So emotional fitness, mental fitness, is your ability to cope with mental stress, emotional stress. Mind blown, right? This changed everything for me. Until it was framed in this way, fitness had no real meaning in everyday life for me. And that's why I believe so many people are disengaged with fitness and well-being. Stress is inevitable in your career, in your relationships, in your finances, your health, you name it. I mean, let's see your hand if you felt any kind of stress since, say, March 2020. Exactly. So stress is inevitable, but fitness allows us to deal with that inevitable stress more effectively and then recover from it afterwards. And when you frame it like that, it becomes a currency you can spend on whatever is important to you. Let me give you an example. In my late teens, I loved a festival. Reading, download, anything with a good bit of heavy music. Fast forward 20 years nearly, and I'm getting back into it. Now, before you say midlife crisis, okay, fine, it's a midlife crisis, but even so, perhaps even more importantly, now we've established it's a midlife crisis, these things are a physically demanding affair. I also have a condition called fibromyalgia. Has anyone heard of that? Yeah. Okay, so it means I live with chronic pain and chronic fatigue. Some days I have to walk with a stick. That compounds the physical demands of a festival. So I invest in the currency that's my physical fitness so that I can not only survive a festival, but I can have the time of my life. I also have 2 businesses. I'm studying for a master's in psychology and I have 2 daughters, all of which are rather mentally and emotionally demanding. So I invest in the currency that's my mental fitness so that I can be a better business person, a better student, and a better father. But really, it's just about festivals. So let me ask you this question. If you were mentally and physically fitter, what would that make possible for you? Would it give you more energy to pursue your chosen career? Would it improve your relationships? Or would it even allow you to endure 5 minutes of offensive Dutch comedy and recover afterwards? remember, fitness is your ability to cope with and recover from stress. It's a currency you can spend on whatever is important to you, and you can start investing in that currency today. Thank you.